thanking every single one of you for being here, supporting, debating, judging, whatever your role may be. You chose to be here tonight, and that is huge and very important to us. We want to begin with a few thanks, and then we'll get into announcing who's going into the finals. We're also going to be taking a yearbook photo. But I want to first introduce our awesome coaches this year. So Ms. Wilson and I have been coaching for 10 years now together. And I've been coaching speech and debate at the middle school for 12. We started it 12 years ago, and then I coached in the States prior to that. But Mrs. Wilson and I have been coaching for 10 years, and then Mr. Wilson, Mrs. Wilson's husband, has been coming in for probably the last 6 or 7 years, helping coach here, as well as coaching at the high school when we have the high school program going. He comes in, he's retired, and he comes in on his own and does that. So he's back in the tabulation room right now, but huge thanks to him. And then this year we were lucky enough to grab Ms. Schreiber. I don't know if she's in here either, but she is our new gifted and talented teacher, and she has experience coaching debate, and so she's joined our team of coaches. So let's give a big round of applause for our coaches. And this is going to make me probably a little emotional, but this is my last tournament to have with my favorite coach, Miss Wilson. She'll be retiring, and she, seriously, if you knew the amount of hours and time that she spends on doing all these things that you see all the time, and the rosters and the ballots and organization and the sign-in charts, and anyway, she is amazing. Not only is she one of my closest friends, but she is the most amazing coach. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. We have your flowers. You need to open that and hold it up. I'll show everybody what it is. It says, it's a mega mug, and it says VMS Speech and Debate Coach 2012 through 2024. And we couldn't do it without our high school coaches. And I can't tell you, I don't know if the high school coaches know how much they help and how much the middle school students love you coming over. So I could not do this without you. You are constantly working and helping kids get better and individually coaching students. So if you are one of my high school coaches, please come up. We have medals and certificates for you. So not medals, I'm sorry, we have pins, service pins and certificates for you. So come on up. And all of these high school coaches are former speech and debaters at the middle school. So, let's go this way. participated in one of the scariest things that most people would never dream of doing. Would you please stand up? And let's give every speech and debate a big round of applause. Okay, keep standing if this is your first speech and debate tournament.
Yeah!
So as you were presenting today, I had an opportunity to talk to some of your parents. And many of them said, I can't believe my kid just did that. I wouldn't even have the courage to do that right now. It's an adult. And if you remember our very first speech and debate practice, we put up a meme on the screen and it had 10 things that people are most scared out of. And public speaking beat out death. There are some people that are so incredibly scared of speaking in public, yet it is such an essential skill in life. So the fact that you came and you competed at this tournament today is huge. That is a win. And I hope you remember that, because it's not really about whether you win a trophy or not today, or you get a medal or not today. It's the fact that you took the courage to really step out of your comfort zone and most of the world's comfort zone and do something that is going to help you build character and confidence in life. So I'm extremely proud of you. Speech and debaters are my most favorite people, just so you know. If you are a judge at all today, please stand up. You judged. Let's give them a big round of applause. For a lot of teacher judges, student judges, community judges. And I don't know if anybody is here from the PTSA, but we want to totally thank them for donating money for our trophies and also for the SAC dinners. So that was really, we're grateful for that. And even though they're not here, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Wilson, my Mr. Wilson, Mr. Wilson, and Mr. Hall. They're going to be in the tabulation room figuring out all the magic and who's going to be advancing. And they're not in here either, I don't think, but Owen, Emery, Brendan, and Sheka are our runners with the sparkly hats. Okay, before we announce the impromptu finalists, we are going to take a yearbook photo. Now, there is around 90 people on our speech and debate team. Not all of them are in the tournament, but if you are here, even if you did not participate in the tournament, you're part of our team. You may come up. If you're a runner, some of our runners did not participate in the tournament, but they came to all the practices. They may come up and get in the picture. So we are going to do a photo of the entire speech and debate team. And we're also, for this photo, would you please bring up your certificate and hold that in front of you. And we're gonna make a line down here and a line up here.
Wilson, Miss Wilson, can you squeeze in?
Breathe on my hair.
You're gonna live, I promise.
It's not exactly.
It is Dimitri's birthday, and he chose to be at a speech and debate tournament. So we're gonna sing happy birthday to Dimitri. Stand up, Dimitri. Ready? Happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy day. Okay, drum roll. Drum roll. Okay, we're now going to announce the impromptu finalists. So, parents, if you watched impromptu, you know how scary that is. You get a topic, they had 30 seconds to think about it, and then they had to prepare an organized speech and deliver it without any notes on the spot. Complete impromptu. There was over 80 students participating. The top 10 are advancing to the final round. not advancing, but I want to recognize them because they were right there on the cusp. So maybe next year it can be you. So not advancing, but very, very close. So stand up when I call your name and we'll just give you a round of applause. Sydney. Kaylee Ellsworth. Olive Morris. Mason Wolf. Jackson Bracey. So know that you did really awesome. And right behind them is another group of people that were really close to advancing. Advancing into the finals. When we call your name, please come up here and Mrs. Wilson is going to explain how that's going to work. You will be using the microphone and presenting on the stage. If you decide that you don't want to do this, you can tell Miss Wilson and we'll move the first runner-up into your position, which would be Sydney. Sydney Weeble. Here we go. Clark Wood, congratulations. Macy Wolf. Taylor Garris. It's like we just won the lottery. They're so excited to give a speech. Brett Woodward. I would be amiss if we didn't recognize Brett from last year. How many of you, raise your hand if you remember last year when Brett got called? As our only sixth grader representing us last year, the tears, the hugs, it was awesome. I love it. Bella Green. John Ortega Max. Eric Finley. Kaylee Shields. Madison, just so you know, you were really close. Kingston Hills. Congratulations. We're going to have a little pause while I go check with the tabulation room and we get the finalists ready for impromptu.
Okay, you guys get really close together because we're going to take a yearbook picture. Miss Wilson? Miss Wilson, there's only 9. Macy, right here. All right, Sydney. All right, on, she makes it. Okay, so here's how this works, and we do this every year, is we're going to take these guys off stage, off there, and then they get to choose who gets to go first. They can just line up or not, do whatever they want. Then they're going to come out here, and I'm going to ask them to choose a number, and I have a list. They're going to choose that number, and then that's the topic. So everyone gets a different topic. It's not like they get the same topic, okay? All right, let's walk out. Number. I tell them what the topic, and immediately as soon as I tell them the topic, they get 30 seconds of think time. So you'll see them up here concentrating. After 30 seconds, they will then start their speech, and they get 1 minute, right? And they can go a little bit over, but we really need to cut them off at about the minute time. All right, we do have a timer. Where's my timer? Okay, we will, it's Andrea, right? So Andrea's gonna be the timer, and she's gonna be sitting in front of the judges right there, so that I'll let them know to look at you, okay? Here we go. Wood, right? This is Clark Wood. Judges. Clark has chosen, before you go, Andrea right there is the timer, so she's the one that you're going to be looking at, okay? He has chosen the number 7. His think time will start after I say the word happiness.
Happiness is an emotion and a feeling. But really, how do we know that it's an emotion and a feeling? Well, we don't, because this is just an idea. You could feel sad, you could feel happy, you could feel angry, but really, it's just your interpretation. So what you should take away from this is not that it's an emotion or how you're feeling that day, but it's how you control it. It's in your ballpark. It's not in my ballpark or anyone else's. It's in yours. You can feel sad about that and mad and spend your entire day or week just feeling about that. But you can feel happy and good emotions because it's your decision. It's totally on you. So that is why it's your decision. Thank you.
Tomorrow is a new day, and that's exactly why tomorrow needs to be banned. Tomorrow is the worst thing ever. My first reason that tomorrow needs to be banned is that you could die tomorrow. It's probably unlikely, but it could still happen, and you can very likely get hurt too. If you just stay today, where you're probably happy, then you'll just know that you live the rest of your life happy. You don't have to worry about anything bad happening tomorrow. My second reason is that it's stressful thinking about tomorrow. For example, yesterday, when I was thinking about today, I was getting pretty nervous. I was getting stressed out because it's a big day today. So if we just get rid of tomorrow, then we won't have to worry about getting stressed about anything that could possibly happen. Like I said, getting hurt or getting died. So for these two reasons, so much bad stuff could happen tomorrow, and it's just too stressful. We need to get rid of tomorrow. Thank you.
You will never know the true power of a smile. This is a quote from Mother Teresa, and it shows that a smile can do amazing things. A smile can bring joy to someone's day by making them know that they are cared for. We can do so much with a smile that sometimes we overlook it. We think that it doesn't really matter, but it truly does. We can do so much. We can brighten someone's day, we can make them feel better, and so much more. There are times when we will feel down, and a simple smile can make us feel better. You will never know the true power of a smile. Mother Teresa.
Love is a time to be grateful and love who you love the most, such as pets, family, friends, and more. For me, I really love my pet, my dog. He's amazing, and he's just like the cutest animal ever. And then I love my parents, and they got me into this, and I am grateful for that because I'm able to stay on this stage right now and present in front of all of you. And I just want to say thank you for letting me do that. And also, it was just recently Valentine's Day. So this is a time for being grateful for what you have, such as you have a food on your plate, you have shelter, and more. Love isn't just about love. It could be like saying loving a friend on how you're grateful for them being your friend. They help you when you need it and when you need it the most. They are always there for you and they will always get your back. In conclusion, love can mean many things. It can be gratefulness, it can be just loving your pet, your friend, or your family the most. Thank you.
We are all different, and we all have differences. We can all be different in our own way. If we weren't different, then we would not be the same people that we are today. We would all be not alike. We would not be friends with the same people that we are right now. Being different is always good. Standing out and not blending in. Showing your personality and showing that you're different. Being different can have some pros and cons. One pro is that you can stand out from the rest of the crowd and you can show many people different things that you like and different personality traits about you. A con is that some people may judge you, but you don't have to listen to them. Their judgment doesn't matter because what makes you different is what makes you special. Being different is a lot of things in our life, but being different has its pros and cons. Because when you are different, you stand out from the rest of the crowd.
We all have this one thing that's around us in some way. It may be an item, a person, or even just a number. For me, it's, well, my hair, and many people consider it lucky. There is so many things that could be different. The luck of the Irish, well, numbers obviously, mine 13, which is why I chose it, and so much other things. Luck can be anything you think it is. It's around us in all different ways. It could be Dr. Smith, for crying out loud. It can be anything you believe it is. Luck may come in all different forms. You may think you have bad luck because one day didn't go the way you wanted it to. But that doesn't mean anything. It could mean that you just didn't have the best of days. But luck is you. You should use your luck to do better. Luck is all around us. Use it for the good.
It affects everyone. When I was 1 year old, I was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and I had an allergic reaction. This day changed my life. And now every day is not the same. It's always something new, something different that I have to worry about. It not only changed my life, but it changed my parents' life. It changed what they have to do with their life. It changed the precautions that they have to take, the security to keep me safe, to keep me protected, to make sure that I don't die. See, change doesn't affect one person. It affects everyone. And every day we experience change. Something big, something small, but it affects our whole life. There are many bumps in the road. There are many smooth, flat roads. But every day we experience something that just affects our life. So, change doesn't affect one person. It affects everyone.
Most people are afraid of getting older, but they shouldn't be. Getting older is great. It gives you time for experiences, time for love, and times for anything that you may enjoy. Growing older. When you grow older, you learn things. You can expand your horizons. By a show of hands, how many people here want to travel when they grow older? Okay, that's a lot of hands. And you couldn't do that if you were just this age. You can't be a teenager, go out, get on a plane, and go wherever you want. You have to grow older. You have to get your life in order. And getting your life in order can have many things involved. Schooling. Maybe you want to go to college. Or maybe you want to do something else. People want to be actors. You could go to an acting school, a dance school, a trade school. All of this comes with age. And age is how you improve. Don't be afraid to age. Be excited to improve by aging. Thank you.
How many hours of sleep do you get per night? I get about 8. And if you don't get enough sleep per night, it can seriously damage your mental and your physical health. Last year, I did not sleep a lot. I had trouble sleeping and it damaged my mental health. But now I'm working on myself and I'm trying to get better at sleeping, basically. And I found that it's really improved the way that I look at life. I now wake up easier. I can go to bed easier. I don't have scary dreams anymore. And sleeping is something that I look forward to at the end of the day. If you don't get enough hours of sleep, your physical health can be drained too. You can be fatigued, you can be tired, it just happens. You walk around school and you didn't get enough sleep the day before and you just want to go home and you don't want to sleep. That's what I thought every single day. So the next time that your parents tell you to go to bed, just do it because the only thing that will do for you is good.
Who do you base yourself off of? What person do you see? What person are you inspired by? That person is your role model. Whether that person inspires you to be better, or inspires you to do a certain subject, whether that be math, or continue doing your schoolwork and get good grades. Whether that be helping you, no matter what your role model does, they're there to support you specifically. A role model shouldn't just stand there and say, wow, look at me, I'm so good, you should follow in my footsteps. They should be actively helping you. I have had multiple people that I have gone down on my knees and just awed at purely because they're better than me. And I'm like, wow, that's an amazing person. Whoa. But the thing is, that's not necessarily a good role model because they're not helping you. They're not telling you what you need to work at. They're saying, hey, look at me. The best role models are there to help you. They're there to support you. They're there to tell you you're doing good, but you can always be better. Role models are there to support you. Role models.
Whenever you're ready.
K. The K in kindness stands for knowledge. Kindness can be anything. Kindness can be a librarian lending you a book even though you're known to destroy them. Kindness can be someone giving you a smile in the hallway. But kindness brings knowledge, specifically the knowledge that people can be hopeful, that people can keep going another day and know that they will be supported by their network. The I in kindness stands for intelligence. Kindness can bring intelligence. I know that my teachers have been incredibly kind just to tolerate me being such a wreck in 6th through 8th grade, and now, because of it, I have so much more intelligence. The N in kindness stands for network. Anytime that you know someone has been consistently kind for you, you know that you can fall back on that person and you can trust them. The D in kindness stands for destruction. Kindness can be taken away in an instant, and that will cause destruction, but at the end of the day, you can rely on kindness. K-I-N-D. Be kind, don't take it away.
Let's give all of the participants, contestants, a big round of applause. Pretty impressive. This is a very impressive group. Okay, I'm going to be grabbing the judges' tallies, and I'm going to now hand this over to Mrs. Wilson, the other Mrs. Wilson, and I'll be back soon with some results.
Okay, thank you for your patience. We have the winners for impromptu, and then we'll announce who's advancing into the final rounds. So let's have everybody's attention. Let's see if we can do this really well and make it super impressive. Clap twice if you hear my voice. Pretty good. That's pretty good. So we'd like to recognize all of the finalists that will not be placing first, second, or third, but man, you're in the top 10 impromptus. So we're going to call you up, and we have a public speaking pin for you. So can we have Clark, Macy, Bella, John, Eric, Kaylee, Lizzie, and Sydney come up, please. Okay, you can wear your pins. And stay up on the stage because we're going to call third, second, and first place for impromptu. And we have first, second, and third place medals for the winners of impromptu. Coming in third place, 2024 Impromptu Kingston. Coming in second place, Taylor. And banning tomorrow, coming in first place, Brett. Okay. This year, we are bringing back the quarterfinals. So, we are going to tell who's breaking into the quarterfinals, and this will be a single elimination round, meaning if you lose this round, then you're out of the tournament, but you did a great job, you made it to the quarterfinals, and we have something for you. We also are going to need some more judges. So hopefully the people that signed up on staying have stayed. I'm going to say some specific names and the room numbers, and then I'm going to need those that are still in the audience that are willing to judge to come forth. And I know some of my judges have siblings that might be advancing, and so I'm going to give you the opportunity to go watch them if you'd rather do that, and then we can move a judge in your place. Ideally, we would like to at least have 2 judges, but if we could have more than 2 in a room, that would be great for the finals. It took a lot to break this time, and I want to recognize 2 teams that aren't going to break, but it all came down to speaker points. They had the same win-loss record, but their speaker points were off by 2 to advancing. And that's going to be Team 11, Taylor and Eve, and Team 35, Nora and Neffy. But give them a huge round of applause because that was super close. Advancing into the quarterfinals in Miss Black's room will be Team 34, Rama and Zaylen, versus Team 15, Jacob and Christian. The judges are going to be Paul. Is Paul still here? Yes, okay. Paul and Addie right now. Okay? And then we're going to see if we can get a third. And that is Miss Black's room. Okay? In room 76, Mr. Shoup's room is going to be Team 23, Lizzie and Izzy, versus Team 2, Alex and Artun. Going to Mr. Ray, oh, and that will be Elias. Are you still here, Elias? Okay, and Jacob. Jacob still here? Yes, good. Okay, moving into room 72, Mr. Ramey's science room is going to be Team 38, Grayson and Jackson, versus Team 19, Olive and Macy. And your judges are going to be Malak, and I have Annika, but we'll see for sure on that one. Malak, are you still here? Oh, there you are. Okay, perfect. 71, room 71, Mr. Ramey's room is going to be Team 12, Henry and Lucas, versus Team 28, Amelie and Isabella. I haven't said this yet, but this quarterfinal round is a brand new impromptu topic. So you won't know it until you get into the room and the judges reveal it. Not impromptu. I guess it's a SPAR topic, a spontaneous argument topic. So you will not know it until you get into the room. So here we go. We did Henry and Lucas and Amelie and Isabella. Room 69. Grantham's room will be Team 3, Kira and Bianca. And Team 26, Clark and Wes. Your judges so far are Andrea and Seren. Okay. In room 68, Miss Leonard's room, is going to be Team 33, Kingston and June, versus Team 10, Teddy and Jose. And your judges will be Sabrina and Avonlea, which I know is still here somewhere. Do you guys, is Avonlea here? There she is, okay. In room 1043, upstairs, Mr. Wilson's room, we're going to have Team 24, Kaylee and Jania, versus Team 14, Mason and Mason. And so only have one judge for you, and that is Jack, and we might be having Jack not judge so he can watch his brother, who's in the next room. 10:49. Huh? You want to judge? Okay. Then Jack, you're in 10:43. But we need another judge because we only have one there right now. Okay, 10:49. In Miss Clendenning's room, we'll have Team 7, Eric and Brett, versus Team 22, Sid and Owen. And those are the people advancing into the final rounds. If you did not advance, congratulations, stay and watch, and hopefully we'll see you next year. Okay, here we go.
Don't do it.
Everybody take a seat. We had 16 incredible teams, some incredibly close scores. So this was difficult. So I just want to say this before I announce, and I know I've shared this story before, but my very first speech and debate tournament, remember I didn't even want to join speech and debate. It was the last thing I ever wanted to do. I was so shy. When first grade, my teacher actually asked my mom 2 months into school if I was deaf. And then when my high school teacher decides she's going to start speech and debate team, no way am I joining that. Absolutely not. That sounds like the worst thing ever. Okay, I got kind of coerced into it. She lived across the street from me. She wouldn't stop bugging me, so I finally joined. And it was the best decision I've ever made, besides marrying Mr. Wilson. Because it gave me, he's not even here to hear it, but it gave me the confidence I never had. I went to my first speech and debate tournament and I lost all 6 of my preliminary rounds, and I was told by a coach that I was so bad that I shouldn't come back. You guys aren't so bad that you shouldn't come back. You're the top 16. But it doesn't matter what your ballots say. It's the fact that you showed up here today and you did what so many people would never dream of doing. You are all winners. I know when I'm announcing some of this is going to be tough for some of you because I know you have a lot invested in this. But it's one ballot, one judge, one day. It could have gone a different way. So hold your head up high no matter what the results are, and I'm so incredibly proud of you. For the ones not advancing, we have specially made for you VMS Speech and Debate Team pencils. So come on up. I'm going to call you up team by team. So let's have Rama and Zaylin versus Jacob and Christian. Both groups come up. In a 2-1 decision, so just a split vote. Where's our other team? Oh. Yes, suspenseful walk. Okay, here we go. Advancing is Jacob and Christian. Congratulations. You guys can take a seat. We'll be going on in a minute. In the debate round between Lizzie and Izzy and Alex and Arjun, come on up. And if it's easier to just stand in front, you're welcome to do that. I heard part of this debate. It was really good. Yeah. I was in there for part of it. The winning team is Lizzie and Izzy. Congratulations, Alex and Arjun. In the debate between Grayson and Jackson and Olive and Macy, come on up. I heard part of this, and I'd be scared to be cross-examined by Olive. Okay, in a 2-1 decision, it went in favor of Grayson and Jackson. In the round between Henry and Lucas and Amelie and Isabella. Come on up. And I came into the end of this round as they were shaking hands, and we realized that every single person on this team is brand new to speech and debate this year, and they broke into the finals, so that's amazing. Also very close, but it goes in favor of Henry and Lucas.
Let's go.
And the debate between Kira and Bianca and Clark and Weston. Come on up. It goes in favor, also a close round. These were great rounds. It goes in favor of Clark and Weston. Congratulations, Kira and Bianca. Come on up, Kingston and June, and Teddy and Jose. Very close as well. Goes in favor of Kingston and June. Okay, the next two are going to be the hardest. Kaylee and Jania and Mason. Come on up. Here comes our Masons. And our Masons are brand new to debate this year. How many in the finals are brand new to debate this year? That's pretty impressive. This one, we only had 2 judges in this room. I thought we had 3, but we only had 2, and they were split. So it must have been it was an incredibly close round. I wish I could have seen this one. So we had to go to speaker points. And advancing by having 1 lower speaker point than the other team is Kaylee and Janine. Mason and Mason, way to go. Okay, come on up. Eric and Brett, and Sydney and Owen. Now these are 2 teams that did not want to face each other, except in the finals. And they faced each other in the quarterfinals. I want to say this before I announce the winners, but Eric and Brett were our top team in the preliminaries with the lowest speaker points, as well as leading our team. But winning quarterfinals are Sydney and Owen. We are now going to move into the semifinals. There should be a folder for my judges. Okay, we are here for the semifinal results. So thank goodness it's a Friday, because I know it's way later than we thought. It always goes way later, and this will probably be the latest debate tournament we've ever had, because we didn't have an even amount of judges in the rooms, and people, anyway, it wouldn't be fair to you if we didn't do 2 rounds. That's what the tabulation room decided. So we are going to have winners from the semifinals, and then there's going to be 1 more round, and then the final round where you're placing for 1st or 2nd. Okay? So the next round will be the 3rd, 4th placing. Here we go.
In the round, we're going to have you come up. If I could have somebody come up to give the medals, that would be awesome. Dr. Smith is coming up. Okay. So we have medals. We have finalist medals for you making it this far. So in the round, and guys, these were so close and so good. In the round between Kaylee and Jania and Jacob and Christian, it went in favor of a split decision with Kaylee and Jania. Come on up, Jacob and Christian, come on up to get your medals. In the round between Owen and Sydney and Izzy and Lizzie, also extremely close, goes in favor of Owen and Sydney. Izzy and Lizzie. In the round between Kingston and June and Clark and Weston, goes in favor of Kingston and June. Come on up, Clark and Weston. And heard this was an amazing round. Henry and Lucas, Grayson and Jackson. Goes in favor of Grayson and Jackson. Henry and Lucas, come on up and get your medals. Okay, placing for third and fourth, receiving trophies in the next round. On the stage, we will have Kaylee and Jania, 24 versus 22, Owen and Sydney. In Miss Black's room, we will have Kingston and June, 33 versus 38, Grayson and Jackson. You guys will be on the stage. This isn't the final round though. There will be one final round, but you will be debating on the stage. Okay? And I need to have Judge, look who's still here. Okay, that's awesome though. Congratulations. Parents, thank you for staying so late. It's once a year, we're just like going to the end. Okay, here we go. Wow, great, close rounds, going into the finals. So everybody, those 4 teams that just debated are debating again, but this time they're debating for their place. So debating for third or fourth place. So meaning that they lost the round that they were just in, but debating for third or fourth place is going to be June and Kingston versus Kaylee and Jania, okay? And you're going to be in Miss Black's room, okay? And the topic is the resolution. You're going back to mandatory service. Okay? You'll do rock, paper, scissors to determine, and the winner of your round will be third or fourth. Okay. Placing, going for first place in today's tournament is Owen and Sydney versus Grayson and Jackson. So you may come on up to the stage and take your places. I need to see all people.
As the affirmative, I strongly believe that the United States should require at least 2 years of national service. I have 3 reasons why I believe this. Firstly, national service will promote unity, social cohesion, and camaraderie among peers. Our country is deeply divided. Political, economic, and social lines, as stated by The Hill, a webpage written in 2023. By working together towards a common goal, young people from diverse backgrounds can learn to appreciate and respect each other's differences and foster a sense of belonging and shared identity. Secondly, national service will provide young people with valuable skills and experiences that will help them succeed later in life. A study conducted by Civic Enterprises and the Corporation for National and Community Service found that young people who participate in national service programs are more likely than their peers to have gained valuable job skills such as leadership, teamwork, and problem solving. Also, this same study found that service alumni are more likely to finish college and earn higher salaries than their peers. Lastly, national service will address some of the most pressing challenges facing our nation. For instance, AmeriCorps members have helped to improve the health care for low-income families, which also responding to natural disasters such as hurricanes and wildfires. Similarly, Senior Corps volunteers have provided tutoring and mentoring services to children in low-income in low-income communities. For all these reasons, it promotes social cohesion and camaraderie. It will teach people valuable skills, and it will help solve some of the pressing challenges facing our community. The only way to vote in today's round is affirmative.
Can the negative please have 15 seconds of prep time? Time.
I will now cross-examine my opponent. Can you please repeat your first point?
My first point was that national service will promote unity, social cohesion, and camaraderie among peers.
Okay. Do you know, are you aware of the fact that you can learn valuable skills in everyday life, like going to school?
But national service will provide a better understanding of these skills than just going to an average job at McDonald's.
Why will national service give you better skills?
According to The Hill, a webpage written in 2023, by working together towards common goals, young people can find the valuable job skills such as leadership, teamwork, and problem solving.
Okay, thank you. Can you please repeat your third point?
My third point was that national service will address some of the most pressing challenges facing our nation.
Okay, thank you. I have now cross-examined my opponent.
Negative reputation. Would you guys like any prep? 30 seconds, please. Time.
I will now cross-examine each and every one of my opponent's points. Refute each and every one of my opponent's points. For their first point, they said that national service would promote unity. However, since when was going to war and possibly dying promoting national unity? This point no longer stands. For their second point, they said that you could learn valuable skills from this, and people are more likely to get better jobs. However, the same could be said about good colleges. From paying attention in school, you will be able to gain these skills. Military service is not the only option. For a third point, they said that this could help solve pressing challenges in America. However, there are already organizations who are working towards this goal. National service would not help this. This point no longer stands. I have now refuted each and every one of my opponent's points, and the only valid concurrence in today's round is negative.
And 30 seconds starting now.
As the negative, I firmly believe that mandatory national service should not be acquired in the U.S. for these three reasons. Mild form of indentured servitude, unwilling and unable mental and physical help. For our first point, mild form of indentured servitude, the exact definition from AmericanDictionary.com, a form of labor being forced by government. That is what we would be promoting as a country. From Section 1 of Amendment 13, it states, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment, shall not exist in the U.S. We would be interfering with all the hard work our founding fathers put into writing the Constitution. For our second point, unwilling and unable. Unable. A little over 42% of American adults have obesity. This is almost half of the Americans who are obese. 165 million people would already not be able to serve. Unwilling. No one wants to be forced to do anything. I know for me personally, if I was forced to do something I didn't want to do, I would definitely not do it correctly or with enthusiasm, making the military look like a joke. Mental and physical health. According to the study done on South Korean men who were forced to serve in the military from National Library of Medicine, soldiers consume more alcohol and smoke more cigarettes during and after their service than they would ever in their life. So in doing so, we would be stressing out our soldiers and leading them down the path of alcohol and smoking for life, detrimentally affecting their futures. For these three reasons, as a negative, I firmly believe that mandatory national service should not be required in the United States.
Cross-examination, would you guys like any prep time?
No, thank you. I will now cross-examine my opponent's points. So, for your first point, you said that it is a mild form of indentured servitude, but are you comparing maybe just cleaning up the garbage outside your home to slavery?
What does slavery have to do with the topic of mandatory national service being required in the United States?
You stated that slavery has, that it has a place in this,
I said indentured servitude.
and then you compared it to slavery. Thank you. All right. So, are you aware that mental health, while it may be damaged, is not damaged by everyone?
I don't understand the question.
All right, thank you. And so, for those who are unable to serve, you said that 165 million are not able to serve. But what about those other 55% of people who are able to serve? Are they also part of that study?
No one wants to be forced to do anything.
Are you everyone?
No, I don't speak for everyone.
Thank you. I have now cross-examined my opponent.
Second affirmative refutation, would you guys like any prep time?
We would like 30 seconds, please.
Time.
15 seconds more.
Time.
I will now refute each and every one of my opponent's points. For their first point, they stated that national service requirement is like indentured servitude. They compared slavery to national service. But slavery is not part of this debate, so therefore that point does not stand. For the second point, people are unable to serve. People who are unable to serve are still able to help out, maybe just by being there to support people, just by being there to help, by cleaning up. For the third point, people are unwilling. This point that they stated focuses mainly on military service, as well for their additional point, mental health. These 2 points focus mainly on serving in the military, and therefore both points do not stand. And the only way to vote in today's round is affirmative.
Can we please use the rest of our prep time? How much is that?
That is 1 minute and 1 minute. Okay. Time.
I'll now restate, rebuild, and crystallize each and every one of my points. For our first point, we stated that compulsory service could be considered indentured servitude. Our opponents tried and failed to refute this by saying that slavery is the same thing as indentured servitude, and that is simply incorrect. There are two different things, and national service is not slavery, but it is in fact indentured servitude.
For our second point, we said that some would be unwilling and some would be unable. Our opponents tried and failed to refute this by saying that they would still be able to help out. But what does helping out do? There's nothing happening on their part that helps out other than. For our third point, we stated mental and physical health would suffer. And our opponents tried and failed to refute this by saying that this only affected military service. And military service is a huge part of mandatory service in the US. The only valid concurrence in today's round is negative.
Affirmative, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Please use the rest of it.
Time.
I will now rebuild, restate, and crystallize each and every one of our points. For our first point, we stated that national service will promote unity, social cohesion, and camaraderie amongst peers. Our opponents tried to refute this by saying that going to war or maybe even dying, how does that promote unity, social cohesion? But the chance of dying is a risk that the people joining the military are willing to take. You don't have to join the military, which is really the only chance you would die. For our second point, national service will provide young people with valuable skills. Our opponents tried and failed to refute this by saying that good colleges can provide them with skills as well. But they cannot provide the same skills and the same working idea as national service. For our third point, national service will help address some of the pressing challenges facing our nation. Our opponents tried to refute this by saying that there are already companies doing this, but that is agreeing with us because that means people are willing to serve and that places like the Red Cross have people serving. And for these, I've now rebuilt, restated, and crystallized each and every one of our points, and the only way to vote in today's round is affirmative.
We're at the very end, and we're going to announce third, fourth, first and second, third, fourth. Thank you. As soon as we're finished, you're welcome to go. We appreciate all of you being here to the very end. So coming in, fourth place in the 2024 Speech and Debate Tournament, Kingston and June, come on up. Third place, Kaylee and Jania. Stand up there together and put your trophies in the front of you. Second place, split decision, tough round, Owen and Sydney. First place, 2024 BMS Speech and Debate Tournament, Jackson and Grayson. Congratulations, thank you again. Get a picture.
I'm in here with you guys.
Yeah, see here.
Let's do a fun picture. We're always so serious.
Yeah,
Put your trophies
seriously.
up. You are the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have fun and debate too. Okay, thank you so much, everybody.